Have you ever wondered what kind of business someone like you could actually afford to buy based on your salary? Most people believe you need to be some millionaire with a fancy suit and a Wall Street background to own a business that brings in real cash flow. But that's not true. The real secret is that with almost any income and a smart plan, you can buy a business that puts money in your pocket every single month. You just need to understand how to play the game the right way. So today, I want to walk you through exactly what type of business you could afford to buy depending on your income level. And I promise you, by the end of this, you'll realize that buying a cash-flowing business isn't just for the ultra-rich. It's for anyone who's disciplined, creative, and ready to take control of their financial life. Because once you understand how business ownership really works, the whole game changes. You stop thinking like an employee who earns money just once a month, and you start thinking like an owner who earns money while they sleep. So let's get into it. First, let's break a huge myth. When you buy a house, do you pay the full price in cash? Of course not. You put some money down, maybe 10 or 20%, and a bank covers the rest through a mortgage. Buying a business works exactly the same way. Yes, you heard that right, you don't have to pay the entire amount. There's something called the SBA 7A loan program, which is basically a government-backed loan designed to help regular people buy small businesses. Think of it like a mortgage for cash-flowing companies. You put around 20% down, and the bank funds the rest. That means if you find a business listed for $100,000, you might only need $20,000 to become the owner. Now, how do you even get that $20,000? This is where the 20% rule comes in. Whatever your income is, you should have at least 20% of it saved in a high-yield savings account or an index fund, ready for an investment opportunity. It might take you a year, maybe two, but the idea is to always have that opportunity fund waiting for your moment. That's how you stop being someone who says, one day, and become someone who says today. So now that you understand how it works, let's look at what kind of business you can actually afford to buy, depending on your salary. And to make this real, let's imagine 3 people, each with a different income level. And let's see what they could own if they decided to play smart with their money. First, meet AJ, the everyday worker. He earns around $50,000 a year. He's not rich, but he's disciplined. He's been saving 20% of his income for a while, and now he has around $10,000 ready to invest. With the SBA 7A loan, that $10,000 can be used as a down payment to buy a $50,000 business. So what could AJ actually buy? Let's look at something simple and real. A vending machine business. There's one listed in Florida for about $45,000. It earns about $38,000 a year in revenue and around $23,000 in profit after expenses. That's almost like having a second job, but without having to clock in every day. The margins are great, roughly 60%, which means more than half of the money that comes in stays in your pocket after costs. Think about it. AJ could keep his regular 9 to 5, refill his vending machines once or twice a week, and collect cash in between. That's passive income he can actually feel. And that's the magic of this approach. You're not quitting your job, you're stacking new income streams on top of it. You're building your freedom one small, cash-flowing business at a time. Now maybe you're thinking, that sounds great, but vending machines aren't glamorous. Exactly. That's the point. Boring businesses are often the best ones. They don't go viral, they don't make headlines, but they make money quietly and consistently. And AJ is smart enough to know that consistent cash beats flashy hype any day. Now let's move up to the next level. Meet Hamilton, who makes around $500,000 a year. He's a high earner, but he's tired of trading his time for money. He wants to buy a business that can either replace his income or build a strong passive stream, and the advice he gets is simple. Buy dirty, buy boring. Don't chase trends, don't look for the next big tech idea. Look for something essential that will never go away. So what does he find? A dumpster and portable restroom business in Massachusetts, listed for $285,000. The company makes about $275,000 in annual revenue and around $100,000 in profit after expenses. The profit margin is roughly 37%, and the asking price is just under a 3 times multiple, which means he's paying less than 3 years' worth of profit to own it outright. That's solid. Now here's why that business makes sense. It's not glamorous, it's not trendy, but it's essential. Because no matter how advanced AI gets, it's not going to be picking up trash or cleaning portable bathrooms. People will always need these services. It's recession resistant, high in demand, and generates recurring income month after month. If Hamilton wanted to, he could quit his job, take over the business, and earn a six-figure income just managing trucks and service routes. Or, if he prefers to stay in his high-paying job, he could hire a manager, keep his salary, and use the cash flow to grow the business. Maybe add more trucks, expand into nearby cities, or even buy a competitor. Within a few years, that $285,000 purchase could turn into a regional waste management company, generating $500,000 or more in annual profit. That's how you build wealth. You buy businesses that already make money, improve them, and scale them. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to own one that already turns. Now let's jump to the big leagues. Meet Francesca, who earns between $2 million and $5 million a year. She already has everything most people dream of. A great job, a beautiful home, a stable life. But now she's thinking long term. She's thinking legacy. She doesn't want to run a day-to-day business. She wants something stable, something she can pass down through generations. So what does she buy? Land. Specifically, a hay and straw farm in Illinois listed for $2.3 million. The farm brings in $1.2 million in revenue and around $400,000 in annual cash flow with 35% margins. It's not flashy, but it's real. It's land that produces value every single year. Why does this make sense? Because farmland is one of the oldest, most reliable assets in the world. As the population grows, demand for food keeps rising. But farmland itself is shrinking. Cities are expanding, rural areas are shrinking, and the supply of agricultural land is going down. When supply decreases and demand increases, prices go up. So not only does Francesca earn cash flow from selling hay, but her land also appreciates in value over time. It's like owning a business and an investment property in one. And she doesn't have to stop there. She can turn part of the land into RV parks, campgrounds, or even lease sections to solar companies. It's flexible, scalable, and generational. Owning farmland means she can hand something down to her family that keeps producing value for decades. Now, what's the lesson here? Whether you make $50,000, $500,000, or $5 million, there's a business you can afford to buy. You just need to apply the 20% rule and understand leverage. 20% of your income should always be saved and ready to invest. Then, when the right business opportunity appears, you use that savings as your down payment and finance the rest. That's how regular people buy extraordinary businesses. And remember, it's not about how much you make. It's about what you do with it. Ajay didn't make much, but he played the game smart. He used his savings to buy something small but cash flowing. Hamilton took his high salary and turned it into ownership of a boring but powerful business. And Francesca used her wealth to build a lasting legacy that will outlive her career. But here's where things get even more interesting. You might be thinking, that 20% down payment sounds like a lot. Well, there's another path. It's called seller financing, and it's basically a buy now, pay later system for businesses. The seller agrees to finance part of the purchase, meaning you can sometimes buy a business with little or even zero money down. You pay the seller back over time using the profits from the business itself. Yes, that means you can literally buy a cash-flowing business that pays for itself. This is the secret wealthy people use all the time. They buy cash-flowing assets using other people's money, banks, sellers, or even investors. And then they use the cash flow to pay off those loans. Once the business is paid off, the income becomes pure profit. That's how wealth is really built. So if you've ever thought that buying a business was something only for the elite, think again. You can start small. Maybe it's a vending route, a laundromat, a car wash, or an online store. The goal isn't to go viral or build the next unicorn startup. The goal is steady, reliable income that you control. Income that grows while you sleep. And when you look at it that way, business ownership stops being this impossible dream and becomes a practical strategy. It's not rocket science, it's math, discipline, and opportunity. And if you stick with it, one business can lead to two, two can lead to five. And before you know it, you've built a portfolio of income streams that pays you more than your job ever could. Because here's the truth most people never realize. It's not your salary that makes you rich. It's what you buy with your salary. If you buy liabilities like fancy cars or constant upgrades, you'll always be working for money. But if you buy cash-flowing businesses, money starts working for you. So no matter where you are right now, whether you're making $50,000, $500,000, or $5 million, there's a business within your reach. You just have to think like an owner, not like an employee. Save that 20%. Learn how to use leverage. Look for businesses that make money today, not someday. And when the right one appears, take the leap. Because financial freedom isn't built overnight, but it is built by ordinary people who take extraordinary action. And if this opened your eyes, don't stop here. In the next video, you'll learn how people are buying businesses with $0 down, combining SBA loans and seller financing to own them outright, using the business's own profits to pay for itself. It's real, it's legal, and it's life-changing. So stay focused and stay ready, and remember, it's not about how much you make, it's about how smartly you buy. Let me know in the comments which business you like the most. I'm really curious to know which of this business is the most appealing. And don't forget to subscribe to Business Strategist. That will become the largest channel of entrepreneurship on YouTube. And I'll see you soon. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes only, and any results depend on your own decisions and actions.